Retirement decisions are financial decisions. Hey, I am Chuck the Bureaucrat, and there is an important reality about your military retirement, or even your military transition. At its core, your military retirement is a series of financial decisions. And all of these decisions are driving towards accomplishing your personal mission. That is, creating a world that you and your loved ones want to live in. And just like any mission, you have to have some way of knowing if you're headed in the right direction. You need to know the effect of your decisions, and you need to be able to look back and determine whether or not things played out the way you intended them to. The tools you use to do this are called a profit and loss statement and a balance sheet. A profit and loss statement summarizes your income and expenses over a specific period of time. A balance sheet summarizes your assets and your liabilities at a specific point in time. Now, before I talk more about these tools, let me make this important point. People, including you, can make these tools more complicated than they need to be. Financial advisors, which I am not, will often try to outdo each other by building more and more complex reports, when what you really need is a simple and robust tool to help indicate where you need to make these decisions. So before we even get started, I'm going to suggest that A, you use this information to build your own tools in a way that is natural to you. And B, you have to keep it simple enough so that when life inevitably gets in the way, it doesn't prevent you from staying on top of your finances. A profit and loss statement is simply the amount of money that comes into your family and the amount of money that goes out over a specific period of time, say a month or a year. And don't let the words derail you. Profit just means anything that comes in, whether it's income or tax returns or insurance claims, and loss is just anything that goes out. Your mortgage, your car payments, groceries, insurance, whatever. And the very, very simple goal with your profit and loss statement is that you want more money to come in than goes out. Quite frankly, if you can do that, your life is going to be a lot more pleasant. Now, a balance sheet is different, but it also has two main categories: assets and liabilities. Assets are typically anything that has value, stuff you could sell for cash. These include your retirement accounts, like your Roth IRA or your TSP or your 401k, along with real estate and whole life insurance policies. Liabilities are debts, big chunks of money that you're paying off, typically over time. Mortgages, car loans, student debt, credit card balances, etc. What's different about a balance sheet from a profit and loss statement is that a balance sheet is valid as of a point in time, say the end of a month or the end of the year. The fundamental goal with a balance sheet is that you want your net worth, that is, the amount of your assets minus your liabilities, you want your net worth to grow. Usually that means that your assets are getting bigger and your liabilities are getting smaller. Now, you probably already have some kind of system for staying on top of this. I mean, when personal finances get out of control, it can be pretty unpleasant. So most of us tend to develop coping mechanisms to stay on top of our financial health, even if we're not particularly sophisticated about it. Here is why these two ideas are so important as you approach and then pass through your retirement. Your sources of income are going to change. Your expenses may fluctuate from what they were on active duty, and you may have expenses that you didn't have to deal with before. Your assets might change, you might accumulate new liabilities, and you might be forced to pay off certain debts. And when you come out on the other side of your retirement, you want to be able to maintain those two simple financial goals. You spend less than you make, and your assets are growing faster than your liabilities. Now, just fair warning, I don't think that you're fully through the retirement process until you have filed your taxes for the first full year of retirement. But that has a lot more to do with some adjustments that you're probably going to have to make to your retiree account statement. And if you want to learn more about that, watch this video.